Narcissists will have a baby with you just so they can trap you. For them, this is a guarantee that you will always be there no matter what. That part is once they get pregnant or once they impregnate you, their whole attitude change. They become careless about you.
We all finna sit in here and wait for you to tell us how a man can trap a woman.
Oh, honey, he thought he ate this one up. Sir, a man can trap a woman any way a woman can trap a man, especially with kids. Y'all, there are some low self-esteem, bottom of the barrel ass men out here who will see a woman, be attracted to her for her light, her aura, her potential, know that he will never rise to that occasion. So instead of trying to do so, he will make this woman think he loves her. Now she has his child. And once that happens, he no longer has to work to meet her at her level because now he's tied to her no matter what. And a lot of men feel like women lose their value once they have children. And honey, that's exactly what those type of men want. They want you to lose your value to other men because they're not willing to do what it takes to have you. So they damn sure don't want nobody else to get your ass. I mean, y'all see what's going on with Safari and Erica Mena, right? Before she started having that man's kids, baby, it was bliss. But right after, the switch up was real. Baby, that's a trap.
What's up, guys? Welcome back once again to my YouTube channel, and in today's video we are talking about men who baby trap women, and I would like you to watch the whole video so that you can understand what they really mean when they say men baby trap women. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.
Men knew men were the ones trapping women with babies. That's why I always tell women, don't have any children, or if you just absolutely desire to be a mother, have one. These men do not actually want to be fathers. They don't actually want to be involved. There's a very small percentage of them that actually do. But most of that labor is going to fall on you as the mom. And one will still give you enough freedom, still give you enough opportunity to pour into you and pour into your child. When you start having 3 and 4 and 5, it gets a lot harder for you as a mother, especially if you're doing it by yourself. So there's no use to even listening to these men when they say they want you to have a baby and all this. They're just lying. They just want to slow you down and leave you holding the baby.
Ladies, do you realize that most of these men get us pregnant simply to turn us into permanent side chicks? You shouldn't be proud to be a baby mother. Really, like, why does our community glorify being a baby mother? We're starting to realize that men do not want to be fathers. The only reason they get us pregnant is to trap us and control us and to slow us down so that they can stay on top of us. And they want to make us permanent side chicks. They feel like once we have their child that we are in debt to sleep with them for the rest of our lives. Being a baby mother is whack. I don't even want to be called a baby mother. I just hate the sound of it.
This is interesting. I hear there are some men who make women pregnant in order for them to make them their permanent side chicks. That's interesting. I've never thought about it, but it really makes sense, because if you give birth to this man's child, even if you break up, you're going to be in their lives forever. You're going to be on the side forever. Even if they get a wife or they have a girlfriend they're dating, you're going to be the side person there because you are the baby mama, and you're not going to go out of his life because you have a child with them. So you're going to be the side woman all the time because they're going to be dealing with you all the time because they have a child with you. And so it's so true. There are some men who baby trap you because they don't want you to go out of their life. They want to control you even if they're not with you. There are men who do that. They don't want to let go of the women they've been dating because they feel like they're going to lose their power. So whenever they have these women they're dating, they make sure like they have children with them because they know a child connects you forever in life. Because you know what? If you're dating a man and you don't have a child with them and you separate, you can easily disappear. You can cut off the communication. There is nothing that you need to communicate with them. So it is easier for you to move on as a woman if you don't have a child. But it's harder to move on if you have a child because the child is involved. And sometimes men are strategic. They do it on purpose. Have a child with you so that they can keep in touch with you.
Guys, think about how crazy this is. When a dude traps you with a baby, he's not only saying you are obligated to this relationship in some way, shape, or form. He's saying you have to be a mother to my child and you're somehow obligated to be a mother to me as well, because I know I can't take care of myself. Because if I could, I wouldn't need to obligate somebody to be in a relationship with me to reinforce my inability to do that. And before the guys go ahead and drop in the comments acting crazy, acting, women do it too, women do it too. Yeah, women definitely do it too. But patriarchy creates a system where women are forced to marry and connect themselves to a man for their own survival or sustenance of their lives. We are just coming into a period where women are able to build for themselves and create through their own conscious will. Not that it hasn't always been like that, but because society is just starting to recognize that after completely demonizing free women. So yes, this conversation is more heavily focused on the men. And yes, when you do look at this conversation with some depth, finally, you can see that men also find ways to depend on women, but then flip the script to make them look like some kind of rebellious, confident, like playboy, or some just like an identity that validates you being some traumatizing asshole and stopping you from taking the accountability that you need to take. So maybe if you can't make anybody's life better, you could at least just be a good human being.
I just saw a video of a woman who did not want kids initially. She got married to a man who does want kids, or so he claimed. But when the kid got here, guess what happened? I'm pretty sure you can guess what happened. All of a sudden, he can't handle being a father. He can't handle taking care of a child. How convenient. Some of these men will say they want a child just to say they want a child, just because it sounds good. But they really don't have a clue how hard it is to take care of a child, because they think it's going to be your job to do it. If you don't want children and your man wants children, I do not care how compatible you guys are. I don't care how well y'all get along. I don't care how much y'all love each other. It ain't going to work. You cannot compromise on a child. You cannot compromise on a human being. You are going to end up resenting that child. And you also going to end up resenting that man, because now you're stuck with both of them.
It's sad to know that some men will date women, they'll convince them that they love them and care about them, yet the only thing they want from them is a child. These men don't love these women. So they come in a relationship knowing exactly what they want, but because they know if they tell a woman that I only want a child from you, they know this woman will not allow. In fact, they are looking for a free surrogate. So when you carry their child, that's all they want. So they come to you because they know you're going to carry their child, and there is no way they will tell you, please carry my child, that's all I want. They know if they convince you that they love you and care about you, you will accept to have a child with them. So some men do that a lot. They get into a relationship because they only want a child with you, but they have to first convince you that they love you and care for you so that you can allow to give birth to their children. And what happens as soon as you finish giving birth as a woman, such men will leave the relationship.
Baby girl, did you know that some guys, some men want to have kids with you? Not because they love you so much and they want you to have their kids, because they want to humble you.
No matter where you're at in your relationship with somebody, whenever they try to get you pregnant, and this is for the ladies, whenever they try to get you pregnant, that shows a lot about how much they care about you. Listen up. If a man has nothing to give you, nothing to offer, nothing to support or contribute, and he's okay with getting you pregnant, that man is okay with watching you suffer. Flip side, if you are in your prime, if so many doors are opening for you and you are on a route to elevation, and a man decides to get you pregnant, he's a hater. I just feel like us ladies need to start seeing these things, because no, we have to fight back. We have to fight back, because all of us can't be a BM. All of us can't be a BM.
Men men will also baby trap you when they don't want you to progress in your life. Maybe you're pursuing your career, you're doing well in your career, and you are at your peak in your career. Some men realize that you're doing well in your career. They make sure they baby trap you because they want you to slow down. They know when a woman gives birth or when a woman is pregnant, their life slows down. So in most cases, men do that.
As you get pregnant, that man is going to start acting wild. Don't have no child. He's going to start acting crazy because he doesn't want you. He wants a baby. Don't you get it? He's like, we'd make such a beautiful baby. Oh my God, have my baby, have my baby. Now that the baby's here, he don't got to treat you good. He got what he needs. And he might not even want the baby after it comes to. Don't do it.
And I understand the man, because imagine you get to have a beautiful baby with a beautiful woman. You didn't have to marry her, so she's not your responsibility. You never had to get fat. Your hormones never changed. You don't even gotta watch the baby, and the baby's still gonna love you. A win is a win.
It's sad to say, but in this generation, if you want to keep your man, you cannot keep.
I've ever been with a man or talking to a man, and he says anything along the lines of, oh, I'm going to put a baby in you, or I'm going to give you a child. You better run far away, because I'm going to tell you, he is threatening you. This is a trap. This is how men get women to stay in these long relationships. And this is where, you know, these type of men will tie you down. And they don't even be as attracted to you, but they will tie you down and make sure no other man tries to get into your life or anything like that because he has that baby with you. Men do this all the time, and it's the most sickening thing to me. Because how are you going to threaten her and give her a baby and all this other stuff because you're selfish or any of these things? This is how the possessive, manipulative, narcissistic men start, by saying things like this. And I'm going to tell you that this is far from a compliment, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a guy that's not even attracted to you. And then not only that, the harsh reality is guys will say things like this because they know how other guys treat women with babies or any of that sort, because they don't want to take that burden on of having another guy's child.
Most men do not have children to start a family. They have children to make you sit down. And you as a woman being able to identify that is what's going to save you a lifetime of misery. What does that mean? A prime example of a situation that is clearly a sit down, not a family, is the infamous woman on TikTok that is a single mother and her man is random. You know what I mean. That man very well told every single 7 or 8 of those women how much he loved them and how much he wanted a family with them. That's not what he wanted. He wanted these women to be forever tied to him. He wanted a temporary home in different zip codes, and he wanted access to their bodies. A man like that strategically ensures that he gets women pregnant and convince them to keep that baby under lies and misleading and gaslighting, so that when he abandons you, you have a much difficult time of moving on. Your chance in life of being able to pursue a relationship is statistically dwindled. The stigma, unfortunately, of being a single mother is what he granted you. And best believe that man will throw it back in your face when you try to move on, and he will remind you how you have a child, that you have better responsibilities, and that you should not be bringing any man around his kid. The care is never for that child, because if he did care about that child, he would have married you, and he would not have gotten you pregnant when you were vulnerable and young. The plot that he had for you was to make your life a little more difficult, to have a burden on you, and for him to be tied to you and always have access to you. A smart woman is a woman that cuts that off, goes no contact, and does better for her child. Like I said in my other video, an absent father.
I've not only experienced this in my life, I've heard this happen to other women, and I've watched it happen in real time to other women. Anytime your career starts taking off, you start getting more opportunities. Perhaps you have a bunch of small children and now they're becoming a little bit more self-sufficient, so you have a little bit more freedom Maybe you have a nice new friend group and you're getting to go out and have a little bit more fun. That's when your partner decides that they want to have another child. This doesn't happen by coincidence. I mean, come on, they can't have you doing better than them. They can't have you gaining any kind of independence or freedom. You need to be in the house or not doing as good as them or not getting opportunities that they're not getting. It's their way of keeping you on a short leash. It's like one day the woman's like, you know what, things are going really well for me now. And the guy's like, baby. Even the most nicest, sweetest guys all have this weird instinct that you need to not get too far off into the world. Okay, I need you to reel it back in a little bit.
Men also baby trap women, and they have so many reasons that's why they do this, but reasons differ from one man to another. Let me share with you some of the common reasons that I know. Some men target rich, wealthy women, and they make sure that they convince them that they love them and care about them. And then when these women accept them, make sure they get these women pregnant so that they can get child support when they separate. Men like this, they make sure that they separate with these women because they don't love them. So as soon as these women give birth and have their children, they make sure they come up with something that can help them to separate with these women. Maybe they can come up with constant arguments until women get frustrated and then they break up with them. And when they break up with them, these men make sure they get child support and they end up surviving on child support. You can realize that there are some men who go on doing that all the time. They just target wealthy women, and when they give birth to their children, they make sure they separate and they go on getting child support and they survive on child support. They also baby trap these rich, wealthy women because they want their children to have a secure future financially. So even if they don't like these women, even if they don't love them, they make sure like these women give birth to their children because they know that will be obvious that their children are going to be raised in a home that is financially stable because they are sure that these women are wealthy and rich, so they'll take care of their children. So these men, sometimes in most cases, then they don't want to work, they are lazy. So what they do, they channel wealthy women so that they can get children who can be catered for financially by these women, even if they don't love these women. Rich, wealthy women have to be careful because also men target rich, wealthy women. Sometimes people think like it's only women who have that character of channeling rich, wealthy men, but even men are doing it lately. They make sure they study you as a woman, they see you, and they come into your life pretending like they don't know anything about you. They don't know if you're wealthy. They can even take time to show you like they're financially stable. They take you out to expensive dates. They do everything like they can finance you when they're still dating you to show you like they're providers, they're there for you, they're financially stable because they want you as a rich, wealthy woman to fall in love with them. But after falling in love with them, you get to know their true intentions after you've given birth. That's when their true colors come out. You realize like they're not financially stable, they're not willing to work, they're frustrating you, they're arguing with you because they don't love you, and their mission is complete. You've given birth to their children, so they are showing you their true colors. Then after they start arguing with you all the time until you guys break up. And when you break up, they make sure they get child support from you because they don't have money and you're the one who has money. So they make sure they get child support from you. That's what they do. For example, I saw a man online who was proudly saying for him, he channels wealthy, rich women. And he was encouraging other men to do that. And he was saying like, men, you're not supposed to say broke. What you have to do, channel rich women. When you find them, make sure you propose to them, make sure you get married, and sure you get them pregnant so that they can have your children. And after that, divorce them. And he was saying like he has divorced like 5 women, and all these women were wealthy wealthy and rich. He had to get money out of every divorce, and he's also getting child support from all those women he has left, and he was so proud of himself. And that is something that I'm talking about. Like, men can do that. Men can get into relationships because they are targeting wealth of a woman. Some men date women who are about their league, and they're so insecure, so they always think that these women are going to be taken by other men because they realize that these women maybe look so beautiful, or they are really so established, and so they're always scared, thinking like these women are not going to stay with them in the relationship. So what they do is they make sure they baby trap these women. They make sure as soon as these women get into a relationship with them, they really convince them that they really love them so much, they care about them, they want to start a family with them. And such women can get convinced, because when someone shows you they love you and they care about you, and they ask for a family, you're always thinking like, this person is serious, they want to settle down, they want to have a serious relationship with you. And what happens? Women give in and give birth to children, and when they give birth to children, you realize that these men, after giving birth, such men will really feel so secure, because they know when a woman gives birth, sometimes she doesn't look as good as she was looking before giving birth, and that is why they do that. So they always think like, when it happens, chances of this woman to get away from the relationship will be so low. Many men won't even try to pursue her, because they think like a few men will want to approach a woman who has kids, because most men think like, if a woman gives birth to a child or to children, the chances of this woman getting a man after that who really wants to take her with her children will be so low. And that alone convinces men all the time to baby trap women. Some men will never want their women to prosper in their careers, so whenever they find their women becoming busy and progressing in their careers, that is the time they suggest that they want children, because they want to baby trap their women. And because they really know that when a woman gives birth, she slows down. The way she performs is not the same, because it will take a while for her to get back to normal. So they make sure they do that, because they are so insecure sometimes. They always think like, when a woman prospers in her career, they may not be able to control her in the relationship, because some men are naturally so controlling. So that alone can make them become so insecure if they find out that their woman is trying to progress in their career so fast. So they'll end up baby trapping women. And you realize that also, like, a woman may not be progressing in her career, but socially she might be progressing. She might be having different friend groups that are helping her to grow spiritually, that are helping her to become a better version of herself. Some men will feel so insecure sometimes when they see their women are progressing socially, they're having a good social support system. This helps women to have some time for themselves. Some men don't want it like that. They want to always have you in their lives without you bringing in other people. So when they see when you have other people in your life that are keeping you busy socially, this can make them become so insecure. And when a man gets insecure, sometimes they are capable of doing such things like baby trapping you to slow you down again socially, so that you can stop socializing frequently, because they know when you have a child, when you're pregnant, you slow down even socially. Some men don't want to let go of women they date in their lives. So when the women break up with them, they don't like it when women go and never communicate with them and never want anything to do with them. So what they do, because they are controlling and they would love to control you even when you're not with them, because this feeds their ego. So what they do, they make sure every woman they date, they have to get out of that relationship with a child. So because when you have a child with someone, you're going to have them in your life forever. You're going to keep in touch with this person because of the child. So they do it on purpose. They know what they're doing because they know they're not good men, and all the women who are going to date them, they're going to break up with them. There are people who naturally can't keep relationships and they're bad men because they don't know how to treat women well. Instead of working on themselves, they're okay with changing women all the time, but they don't want women to leave them and they never get to hear from them. So what they do, they baby trap women so that they can keep in touch with these women because they have a child in the picture. So you have to be careful because not every man who wants a child with you really loves you and really wants to spend the rest of their lives with you. They have different intentions as to why they want you to have their child. So also you have to be careful when you're choosing a partner that you're going to have a child with. You need to choose a partner who really wants a long-term relationship with you, who wants to raise children with you. Don't ever think that because a man is telling you that they want a child with you, that is a sign that they love you and they want to have a future with you. Sometimes some men are just having wrong intentions as to why they want to have children with you. As you've heard those reasons that I've shared with you, it's really sad, but it really happens. Men do that. So sometimes people can be asking, why do even women put themselves in such situations? You don't have to blame them because they don't know. Because these men approach women, convincing them that they really love them and care about them. That is what they do because they know if they tell a woman that really, I want to baby trap you, I want you to just have my child for these wrong reasons, they know that no woman in their rightful mind will accept such a man. So what they do, they lie that they're in love with these women, they lie that they care about these women, and after getting what they want, that's when their true colors come out. I think what women have to do is to make sure they take their time before they make such a decision. They take their time before settling with such men, because if you take your time, sometimes it's easy to know someone's intentions before you get into such a complicated situation with men who baby trap women, and that is the only way you can try to avoid them. That's it for today. If you have anything to add on this topic, you can share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And it's been your girl John Complete. As always, I would like to wish you a wonderful day. Take care of your beautiful lives. Until next time, I love you guys. Bye.